Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday, the 1st of August. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
You are Gary Peer. And look, viewers, he's having a little
cash on just something that's going on. We've got nothing.
He's having a little tummy spit. We put one. We put one pink scarf around him, and all of a sudden he feels his sexuality is being called into question.
I wear pink shirts. I've got no problem with pink. I don't worry about sexuality. I don't care about sexuality. But we're a real estate company, Phil.
Gary,
enough with the Barbie nonsense.
Gary, we need to be part of the popular zeitgeist. Is it zeitgeist? Is it zeitgeist?
I don't know.
Is it zeitgeist or zeitgeist?
No, you don't need it. If people watch this for real estate, they want to know what's happening in the market.
Watch it for real estate.
For real estate. Phil, all this Barbie stuff. It's just, look, you know I've been, I don't mind, you said last week it was a mystery location. I was in America. And I tell you, they've all gone Barbie crazy.
Exactly.
And they're all talking about, the messages of Barbie and the underlying and the secrets. And I even saw something, this is the interesting bit. I even saw, because they put on, is it Facebook? It's called, I think, Facebook.
You've just discovered social media now, have you?
I have. I saw it, Phil. There's a story about us too on Facebook. People want to know about a little bit about our history, one of our posts. But so Facebook,
you have come back so long-winded and boring.
So Facebook, they say about all the 15 hidden things that are going on in the Barbie. Have you seen the Barbie? Because you wanted.
Look, I'm going to tell you,
I've not properly Barbie.
I've now got my little Barbie glasses. I actually really like this. So I take my glasses out.
Are you going to go and see Barbie?
Absolutely.
Are you?
100%. Well, I just haven't seen it because I haven't got round to going to the movies yet.
Yeah. Look, I've got to say,
we got all of this lovely Barbie merch, viewers, and if you want to, there is another business. There is a business. I'll tell you why, Gary.
Yeah.
Because Barbie is a feminist movie. And I don't know whether you've noticed, but women represent 50% of our clientele. Yeah. So, there's a lot of talk about the feminist messages in Barbie. I'm not saying, look, a lot of men love Barbie, but Barbie is part of the popular culture at the moment, and I think we need to endorse it and understand it.
You know what? I prefer Oppenheimer. Does that make
we will talk about Oppenheimer next week.
Make me a bad person?
Well, the zeitgeist at the moment is Barbenheimer. So everybody's talking about Barbenheimer because these two movies have come out at the same time, and everybody's talking about both of them. So next week, if you want, we can have some Oppenheimer merch where we just blow the place up.
That's exactly right. Let's do that. Can we talk a bit about real estate, Bill? Because it has been a busy weekend. I did take a note of the clearance rates across Victoria and Melbourne.
You take a note? No. I've got to work out what my favourite Barbie is.
You're just being stupid now. I don't think, you've got nothing to do with Barbie. You probably didn't even know who Barbie was until now. The inventor of Barbie, interesting person, by the way.
Now all of a sudden you know. Yeah. Viewers, if you'd like some of this merch, obviously just ideas at garypeer.com.au. If you've got a girl or a boy that loves Barbie, or you love Barbie, or your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your brother, or just you, if you'd like a Barbie, just let us know because we've got Barbies galore here.
Coming out of everywhere.
There we are.
And, we take content to...
But you can't have this because that's it matches my pink jacket. So you can't have this one. This one's mine. So what?
So I am worried. Not any other reason that you need to be talking about real estate.
Okay, let's talk about real estate. The peer review. We've got edition number 11, issue number 11, and it is a massively good read. It's just come out at the moment. It's now 43 pages, this edition, and we are featuring an article about one of the best cafes in Melbourne, which is All Things Equal. If you don't know about All Things Equal, go onto their website or get a copy of this issue 11 of the peer review because there's a whole feature story about this cafe in Carlisle Street. It makes beautiful reading.
Yeah, it is good reading. You're right about that.
And the food there is great.
Have you eaten it?
I have a couple of times.
We haven't eaten this.
Well,
why don't you take me there? Why not?
Well, if you dress up as Barbie, you can be my little Barbie date. Gary, let's talk about the weekend that just was.
Okay, clearance rates across the board. 70%, 72%, 74%, I think was reported in realestate.com.
Our marketing team is just holding up a sign which says, I can't quite read it, but gold class tickets for Barbie. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, we
Thank you to our marketing department. We're going to give away some gold class tickets to Barbie.
You know, do I have any say?
In fact, viewers,
I put my name on the door. It's the last thing I ever got to do that made any difference around this place because I'm pushed overseas, you know, and I don't know what's going on. And now I'm Barbie, and now we're giving away stuff.
Viewers, if you're interested, I wouldn't mind getting a gold class cinema, booking out a gold class cinema where we'll invite you. So the first,
Barbie show.
How many are the gold class? 30, 40? 40 people. So the first 40 ideas at garypeer.com.au. If you'd like to come to gold class with your partner, come along. So send it into ideas at garypeer.com.au. And we will, we'll get a gold class cinema for Barbie.
Okay.
Now, you were talking about clearance rates because you want to turn this Barbie show into a real estate show, which is somewhat disappointing.
Come back. We're giving away things. We've booked a gold class ticket. I don't know. The numbers haven't been that good, Phil. You know, July's a bit of a quietish month for us. I'm not sure we should be throwing all this out, but I did hear on the way here that from the REIB president who was speaking on the radio, Phil, has said that there's more listings now. It's up about 13%. And that equals what's happening in our business. We're up about 15%, I think.
On this time last year.
So more listings are coming through. So if you're a buyer, you've got a bit more to choose from. You can start to get excited because I think August, Bill, and it is the 1st of August. It's the horses. Happy birthday to all the horses, by the way.
What makes 1st of August the horse's birthday?
Well, you know, it just became economical that way because there were so many horses cakes going all through the year. They just thought, we'll just do one day a year and we'll just celebrate all the horses then because it got expensive. They had to go and buy, apples and cake and have celebrations at all the stables.
Carrots.
And trainers with big stables went out of business, Phil, so they just had to.
Okay, 1st of August, horse's birthday. Gary, let's talk about the weekend that just was.
Happy birthday to Lakes Folly, the one in Darwin. He's running on the Darwin Cup, Phil. Lakes Folly.
That another one of your nags?
Oh, it's a good one, Phil, Lakes Folly. Running the Darwin Cup of all places.
Can we talk about the clearance rate?
72, 70, 74%. Gary Peer Associates had a, drum roll,
86% clearance at Gary Peer Associates, 18 out of 21.
How do we do it?
Well, Gary, we talked in the sales meeting about the great processes we've got. I know some of the viewers know that we have great processes and we talk about our processes, but week in, week out, we smash the industry clearance rate. Occasionally we equal it, but that is an outstanding result. And we had some fabulous sales across the weekend. Are you going to guide us through a few of them?
Your feedback here. Thanks to Daniel, who talked about Narrong Road. So thanks for talking about Narrong Road. Great to hear how Philip talks about Narrong Road.
I love Narrong Road.
I love Narrong Road as well. There's a big poem here from John Moriarty. It's too long to go through from John.
Thank you, John, for your relentless poem writing.
There's some beautiful things. Walter, if he likes GPTV, he watches it, and you get somebody else.
Well, a shout out to Julian who watches the show. Thank you, Julian, for watching the show, and thank you for coming on board with us.
Yes, Julian's a smart man, and he watches GPTV. Somehow there's
I know the two are mutually exclusive in many ways. But thank you. And Gary, again, can we summarise the weekend? Because we sold properties from $400,000 all the way up to in excess of $3 million. We had multiple auctions where there were multiple bidders. In fact, we had a couple of auctions where there were 5 bidders in different price ranges. So on balance, I'm feeling pretty positive about where the market is. And hopefully we're not going to get an interest rate rise, but this show will come out in the afternoon and we don't know what the Reserve Bank will have done. But
I've got to say, Phil, there's a lot of buyers out there. There's a lot of buyers in the market right
Yes.
now. I'm feeling that. You're seeing that. Our numbers are good.
Yep.
Our numbers are up. Philip, Fulton Street, apartments that were a little bit slower, they've become very good, some very strong. 801 Fulton Street, Jeremy Rosen's ran that auction, successfully sold, but 811,000. Philip's more than 100,000 over reserve and expectation. So well done there. Also, we had a good sale of an apartment in Toorak. We do a bit in Toorak,
We do, Gary.
When the good folk of Toorak see us coming to town, they're a bit
bemused.
They're sort of, who are these guys? And they sort of look on the side, but then they walk to us after a while and they just make us feel like one of their own until we go back on the upside down on the road, in which case they say, and stay out. Good riddance. But anyway, we did sell that. Hey, Phil, we'd like it in Moorabbin.
Moorabbin is a boom suburb. We actually talked about this in the sales meeting yesterday, saying if you were going to invest in any suburb, what's a quick suburb where the average median sale is on the lower side to what we're used to? I'm calling Moorabbin as an area that is we're going to do more. We're going to do more and more business. But if you think about it, what's it got? It's got good strip shopping centres. It's got good access to Southland. It's got fantastic train stations. It really does have a lot going for it.
On the beach,
So
we say it's going up with a bullet, but you can't say that mistakes. You say that everybody ducks, right?
Correct.
Over there. 1 at 34 Clay Street, Moorabbin, sold for $9.75 with 3 bidders. Still 5 bidders in. I tell you, Carnegie. Gee, good that we opened an office there, wasn't it?
It was one of the smarter things we've done, Gary.
It's not the smartest ever. And well done to Liam Saddle, who's just done a great job with his team.
Well, keep in mind we've got Carnegie, Murrumbina, and Bentley, and that corridor has been a massively good corridor for us.
Coonan Road for 3 at 184 Coonan Road. This 2-bedroom villa, Phil. 5 bidders took it up into the 900s, 953. So far over and beyond what was expected there. And then Murrumbina, similar situation there. 3 at 27 Gerald Street in Murrumbina, Phil. 5 bidders for that, $1,330,000. Now, some of this stuff has been going for a lot more than we expected. Phil, Alston Grove, congratulations to the vendor and well done to the buyer, who, of course, is very, very well known to this company. So congratulations, a beautiful home, Phil. You enjoy that auction?
I did, Gary. I did. It was a beautiful house. I love those 60s and 70s houses. They are seriously cool. And they've come back so much into fashion. I reckon 60s and 70s houses are even more fashionable than Barbie, Gary.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's a big statement.
It's a big statement right there. Phil, 44 Balaclava Road, you're quite involved with that home in the corner of Sidwell. Lovely home.
I did, Gary. Sold before auction to a delightful family that were living overseas at the time. Well, they're living overseas at the moment, but they will be coming back into the most beautiful home. And a shout out to our wonderful vendors there who are moving out of that house somewhat reluctantly, but they are right sizing.
Shout out to them.
We don't say downsizing anymore, viewers. We say right sizing because a lot of our clients move from a property and sometimes get more space. But it's all about right sizing.
Why wouldn't you say upsizing?
Well, because the space that they've bought is not bigger than their house, but it just gives them better accommodation.
So sideways.
Look, Gary, it's called right sizing.
I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll leave it there. But and the previous owners of Balaclava Road, of course, who were keen watchers of the show, they had some good
shout out to Richard because he's got some very fond memories of that house. And we're talking about Richard from Harwich Homes, one of Melbourne's best builders.
And I remember that home. I got some fond memories of meeting Richard, hanging out there. Probably got thrown out of that house like you and I did for most of our childhood with people who we mixed with.
Moving along, Gary, what have we got next?
Yeah, Nowon Road. That must be the one where the owner said, thank you, Phil, because 1 at 33 Nowon Road. That was a thumping auction.
Yeah, incredible story, Gary, because that was a campaign that we had off market where a buyer put in an offer well beneath what we actually sold it for. The vendor said, look, if you come up a bit more, I'll do business with you. The buyer decided not to. Anyway, we ran a very competitive auction there and sold it for hundreds of thousands of dollars above the vendor's expectations. So shout out to the vendors who've moved to the United States. Thank you for entrusting Joel Sir and his team. The reality is, what a great campaign we have.
Hey, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, you understand fashion a lot more than I do. You're into it, appreciate it.
Well, I like beauty. I like beauty, Gary. You like horses. And you like poker. Do you like poker machines?
I tell you what, when you get a jackpot, that's a beauty.
Yeah.
So is it a horse?
No, I'm an aesthetic person, Gary. I do appreciate the beauty. It doesn't have to be. It can be a beautiful mountain. It can be a beautiful bridge. It can be a beautiful. It can be a beautiful bag.
Explain something.
Beautiful bag.
I'm going to ask you about something.
Yeah, go on.
You might understand. There's a store that we've. What is it with people queuing to get to stores? Like, see, I don't get that.
I will not queue to go into a store.
Well, my beloved darling said, "Oh, we've got to go into the store." It was at a car park in LA to get into it. And all the basketballers go there and stuff, and you have to queue in a car park. And I'm saying to her, "Look, no, really, I don't mind shopping with you, and of course you're with me, so God knows you deserve to be bought some things, but Phil, I don't get that, like Nucci and Louis. You see people queuing up, like." I reckon with what they charge, they should be getting a bar to you and picking you up and bringing you in and laying out the red carpet for you.
I hate this queuing. I will not queue to go into a store. I will not queue for my money to be given to somebody. I will not wait for somebody to say, now you can come in and give us the money. I mean, interestingly, I know this is going to sound pretentious, but I was in Paris, as you know, last month, and we did go to the Dior store on the Champs-Elysees, Gary, where I was talking to the manager of the store, and the store is...
He would have had a lot of time. Would have had a lot of time for a boy from Cootamundra. The store would have gone, what do you want here, you dirty man?
The store was unbelievable. And I was talking to them about this whole queuing thing. And they said we used to have people queuing because it went to the essence of, it's so exclusive and you're lucky to come into our store. And they said, no, we've changed that approach. We've just opened, you can come in and come out. We've got rid of that whole pretentious, we're so exclusive that we're going to get you to queue.
Maybe it's suggested, because you remember the old days in the market, right? There used to be people, and they'd always have like a Cockney accent. We spook and go, oh, I've got these beautiful knives, come and get, and then people would be at the back, go, oh, I want some. They're all planted, right?
Yeah.
People would just naturally go, oh, I better get some of these knives. And they go, oh, God, blimey, you better hurry up because they're all going to get sold out.
And just so the viewers know that Gary and I did start at the Victoria Market. And that's where we did learn some of our best-selling techniques.
Yeah, we did. Anyway, we've got...
In fact, shout out to the long-deceased Mr. Potter, who gave us one of our best examples. Do you remember we were selling folding chairs, and we had 4 folding chairs out because they're all the same.
You didn't need any more,
correct. So we had 4 folding chairs, and Mr. Potter comes over to our store and he says,
this is bored or something.
What is this? And we said, we're selling folding chairs. And he says, where's the stock? And we said, well, it's in the van. Yeah. And he said, what's it doing in the van? And we said, it's all the same. He says, you're going to bring all the chairs out and make a big show.
That was it, big show. We had our first business card that said big show enterprises.
Yeah.
So we were, anyway, we learned from that.
Absolutely.
All the chairs out.
Correct.
So anyway, that was a form of life, wasn't it, Phil?
Well, I think we learned some incredible lessons. Can we talk about what's coming up this weekend, Gary? Because the show seems to be drifting since you've come back.
Lots of auctions, lots to talk about. Shall we go through them?
Let's get into it.
Okay. Hey, Phil, we've got 21 auctions this weekend.
Ooh, that's a busy weekend. That's a lovely way to start.
It's a lovely way. Hey, I think you did 5 on Sunday. How did you pull up on Sunday night?
Well, I mean, given the fact that I had to do all of that, Gary, while you were still in Los Angeles, hobnobbing with the rich and famous.
Yes.
Well, I was doing the work. How did I get on? Oh, nice of you to ask after I've done it all.
Yeah, it is nice.
A text or a phone call or something.
I did make a phone call.
Or maybe a gift from...
No gift. No gift. Phone call, good, gift day. You're getting carried away now. So, how'd you pull up all right? And then Melbourne, the Melbourne football. And how about Carlton beating Collingwood? I'm sorry, but, if you're a Collingwood supporter, you are a super team. But I've got to say, for the Blue Boys, it's been a long time. It's been a long time.
The whole world really... I mean, if you think about the least favourite club, it has to be Carlton.
You think so?
No, because Collingwood's a club of the masses.
They're an earthy club. Yeah.
Carlton, the supporters.
I mean, from a Melbourne Range Rover driving.
I appreciate that. That Melbourne is a.
They've got the most snobby, pretentious image.
Carlton supporters,
You know what? There's not a lot of love for euphoric Carlton supporters, is there? No, if you're not one of them.
There's not.
But if you're one of them,
I reckon it's the least liked club for the supporter base.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Well, you're probably right.
Can we talk about the properties?
Let's get on to it, Philip. We've got no less than, we're in 13 suburbs on Saturday. I think that says a lot for us, Phil, because some people say, oh, you're a Caulfield agent, because we do such an amazing amount of work in Caulfield. Thank goodness. Thank you.
And we love our Caulfield
And we love our Caulfield sellers. Of course we do. And we have a very fortunate market share. We've worked long and hard for it, Phil. But 13 suburbs, mate.
Okay.
13 suburbs is a lot.
Let's get into it.
Okay. You can come along to Murrumbeena Road and check out Matthew Morley, because he's a damn good auctioneer and he's going to be auctioning this.
Yes, and a mighty fine individual. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a beautiful property inside and over 2 stories, so it's highly unusual.
Love Riddell Parade, Philip, right in the heart of Elsternwick. We've got an auction there at 10:30am with Mr. Jeremy Rosens.
Gary, what a beautiful property that is. That, of course, is 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, a beautiful size apartment, and check out the stunning renovation, those gorgeous polished timber floorboards.
How well do we do in Brighton East, Phil?
Oh, that was very clever, Gary, because you're talking, of course, about home number 5 at 2 Howell Street, Brighton East. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, a really good property with you living up on the first level. So it's light and it's bright.
Leo Samuel has auction honours there, Philip. We have got triple auction action at 11:30 a.m. And Simon Redonald is going to kick it off for us in Lansell Road, Toorak. We're back in Toorak, Phil. I'm loving it.
After last weekend's effort, where we had a 100% success rate in Toorak, we've got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, undercover car parking for 2 cars, a storage unit. And this property is just the landscape garden areas of the common areas of this property are beautiful.
Maureen Mazzaro, Phil, she's in love. Maureen Mazzaro, and she's in love with the property in Hewington Road that you are going to have the auction honours at 11:30
Well, I
a.m.
love this development, Gary, and a shout out to the developer of this property. And interestingly, a female developer.
A good one, dynamic.
She is the most extraordinary woman.
Yep.
But it's interesting, on Sunday of last weekend, we had that incredible result in Burundi Road.
We did.
Also for a female developer. And I talk about female developers because I reckon they're less than 5%. I said at the auction in Burundi Road, I wish they were 50% because a property that's designed by a woman, no disrespect to our male viewers, but, they do get, I reckon, how to live better than most.
Well, as Aretha Franklin said, sisters are doing it themselves, Phil. And I've got to say, I saw now on the plane a documentary, if you can get to see it, about Donna Summer, who was incredible. She made that song, Work Hard for the Money.
Yes.
And it was almost like a bit of an I Am Woman. It was one of those kind of defining
I Am
songs.
Woman, Hear Me Roar.
Yep. Absolutely.
Gary, 2 at 16 Hewington. Can't wait to do that auction. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a lock-up garage.
Philip, Kooyong Road, Caulfield South, Jeremy Rosen's auctions, this wonderful property.
Solid 70s building, this one, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And the joy of these apartments, Gary, is that the ones that were built in the 60s and 70s and even into the early 80s, generally solid brick and also larger than normal.
Philip, we come together at 12:30 p.m. I'm be careful how I say that, but we are going to be meeting up in Hughes Street, Malvern East, for this great-looking single-level classic home.
Gary, what a beautiful home. Classical home, absolutely. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, everything that opens and shuts on its own parcel of land. If you're looking for a right-sizing opportunity, that's got to be it.
Lamore Herskovitz has been handling this wonderful property at Hotham Street, Jeremy Rosen's auctions, also at 12:30.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a good classical development. And obviously, Hotham Street's got the vibe of Carlisle Street. You're in the epicentre of everywhere you want to be.
Phil Christian de Freck, he is a wonderful agent and he knows a bit about Murrumbina, Carnegie and surrounds, including Caulfield South, which he's been handling 1 at 143 Buran Road.
Gary, good 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment, great opportunity investment or, your first home or right sizing.
Phil, 1:30 you're going to be ducking off to Snowdon Avenue, right in the heart of Caulfield, meeting Joel Sir for this fine
What
property.
a beautiful home, 3 bedrooms, a study, 1.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking, beautifully renovated throughout, a gorgeous facade, and Snowdon, what a great location.
Well, for some people, Philip, to finish at 2:30 would be a long day. For you, nothing. But you will be finishing at 2:30 in Gardenvale Road. I've had the pleasure of seeing this townhouse, Philip. It is a beauty.
Brand new, Gary, built by a very established builder. 4 bedrooms, a study, 3 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, parking in front of the lock-up garage, front garden, back garden, everything that opens and shuts. And the Gardenvale Road, you can walk to Omar the Coffee Bird, and you can also walk to Martin Street, which is the extension of Gardenvale, where the train station and those incredible cafes are.
What's that great little cafe just off Gardenvale or off Martin Street there?
Bloody
Mary's or Sister Mary or Mother of Mary. Mother of Mary, yeah. I think it's
something Mary.
Something Mother or something Mary.
Google Mary Gardenvale, Martin Street.
Yeah,
you'll find it. Anyway, it's worth going to.
Glasper Road, Ormond. Philip Simon Rodolnik jumps from Toorak to Ormond. He's auctioning this fine property.
Incredible looking building, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a basement car space. Beautiful. It's stunning in every possible way.
It is a very varied day with lots of our 8 auctioneers out there working on Saturday. Philip, Graham Cullen gets his chance to call Chulambul Road in Carnegie on Saturday.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a single-storey villa, Gary, lock-up garage with a courtyard garden. That is, how many times do we have to say we love these single-storey villas?
Phil, we've got an auction at 10:30 a.m. It's the only one at that time slot on Sunday morning. I'm going to come and check you out in Eskdale Road because I love the look of this home.
Gary, it's just the most phenomenal home. It's a luxurious home designed by famous architect Selwyn Blackstone. It's on the north side, of course, of Eskdale, and it's a great property on 650 square metres of land, 3 bedrooms, a study, 3.5 bathrooms, everything that opens and shuts. That is a beautiful, beautiful home.
I'm going to hang out with you on Sunday a little bit, Phil. Going to come to the auction on Mooltan Avenue. I love that street. It's a special address.
It's a no-through road, Gary, and you're in the heart of Eastern Kilda, but you can be in Windsor or Paran in a moment. That is a really wonderful property on 614 square metres of land, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. The home is immaculate, Gary. You can move straight into that, but it's also a home that you can further improve, put your own stamp and style on. But Mooltan, you've got the land, you've got the street, you've got the location.
We've got another auction on 11:30 Phillip and Dandenong Road, Murrumbina, or Samuel Auctions is for Arlene Joffe.
Can't not love this, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a car space that's undercover, and that is a great opportunity to get yourself into the market.
Love Myrtle Street, Phillip. I'm going to join you at this auction. It's a terrific looking home. It's going to be auctioned at 12:30.
Gary, it really doesn't get any better than this. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for a couple of cars. This home is picture postcard perfect. It's got a great facade. You'll fall in love. But once you open the front door and move through this house, you realise a beautifully renovated period home, I reckon, is property perfection.
Now, Phil, we both lived in the street with our ultimate life partners. I'm not talking about us together, but I'm talking about our, wives.
We lived across the road.
We lived across the road from each other, and that's in Crimea Street in Caulfield North. I have the auction honours at 1:30.
Gary, Crimea Street, so brilliantly located. Everything's on your doorstep. This is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And again, because of its age, beautiful apartment inside, beautifully renovated, but because of its age, it's larger. So they're larger apartments.
Phil, this is pretty special, this one, just near the Town Hall on Glenira Road. There are very few properties as good as this in this price range. I'd encourage you to come to that auction and to be there and see Philip do his stuff. I'm sorry, I can't be there, but that's at 1:30 p.m.
Check out the refurbishment of this property because it's a relatively newer property, but the owners of this property have given it a makeover. It is stunning. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, lock-up garage, courtyard garden. There's not a cent to spend there. In fact, it's been renovated so beautifully, it could win a design award.
It could and it should, Phil. At 2:30, this property's been in the same hands for many, many years. It's in Sidwell Avenue, which is one of our favourite streets, that beautiful winding tree-lined avenue. Phil, tell us a bit about this home.
Well, Gary, 4 bedrooms, 3 magnificent bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking for as many as 6 cars or 12 if you drive those little smart cars. Although who would have 12 smart cars, I have no idea.
Maybe a smart car dealer, Phil.
Perhaps so, Gary. 748 square metres of land, a beautiful, beautiful home. And a shout out to the owners of that property who came to my auction last weekend in Alston Grove.
They, Phil?
With the most gorgeous children.
They're very nice people.
Beautifully behaved.
Very nice family.
Just a lovely, lovely family.
Are they the people that you said, because I listened to the auction from overseas, because, God knows I always work, Phil, all the time. All the time. And I listen, and you said...
As you're sitting in a hot tub, no doubt, with a cigar and a glass of wine, listening to me work.
That's not true. I didn't have the wine.
Okay.
I had the cigar in the hot tub and not the wine. I prefer cognac, Philip.
Yes.
But you said at that auction, you're so well behaved. You made some quip. Was that to that family?
That was Gary.
Very good.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm tuned in, Phil. I'm plugged in. 3 properties to talk about, feature properties before we run, Philip. One of those is in Huntley Road, Elstonwick. What a fine-looking property.
Gary,
this incredible development, Phil.
This is a brand new building, so where people are just starting to move into the building. It's a brand new building on the corner of Yorston Court. It's called the Yorston, and this is the most magnificent apartment with incredible views.
Love it.
Even if you're not interested in buying a piece of real estate, come and have a look at this building just to check out the views that are available once you get a bit of height. 3 bedrooms, a study, 3.5 bathrooms, basement car parking for 2 cars, the most incredible balcony area, al fresco area. That is a river.
And you show me someone that loves real estate, Phil. I'll show you someone that loves an Art Deco block of 4. And we've got one.
Well, Gary, they're hard to find. This is actually, I reckon this is the buy of the year, regardless of what you pay for it, right? Because where do you get 881 square metres of Brighton East land together with 4 apartments on it? And the joy of this property, Gary, if you're a clever buyer, land appreciates, buildings depreciate. But because there's 4 apartments on it, you're getting a better cash flow than you would normally get from an old weatherboard on the same size parcel of land. So this, to me, is the ultimate land bank. You get this parcel of land that could be redeveloped, subject to council approval, but you get a cash flow or an engine that drives this property.
Can I ask you a question?
Where do you get it?
Yeah, Clinton Street,
Clinton
East Brighton.
Street,
That's
yep.
it. 1 to 4 at 15 Clinton Street, East Brighton, or Brighton Eastfield. The last one we're going to review is 15 Ellington Street, Caulfield South, because this is
Gary,
a magnificent
this
home.
is a shout out to the owner of this home. It was the most delightful woman. I had a very brief chat with her at the auction on Sunday in Burundi Road. This is the most beautiful family home. It was brilliantly designed. It's been fastidiously looked after. If you have a look inside, it really does look and feel brand new. 758 square metres of land, 4 bedrooms, a study, 3 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, swimming pool, back garden. But I think the key there is this is the house with everything, Gary, because it comes with a big block of land. And when you've got a big family home and you've got plenty of land, you get the pool and you get the big garden.
Phil, that's a great wrap and a big wrap.
I'm
I'm exhausted too. Can I go back on holidays, Phil? Because I tell you, it's been just a tiring morning for me.
Well, to come back to all of this Barbie
I
merch,
know.
the world is just full of Barbie.
There's only so much Barbie a man can take, Phil, but I've enjoyed it.
I'll just put my glasses away in my little Barbie bag.
I'll just throw the ball in there.
Remember, ideas at garypearce.com.au. If you want to come to a Barbie, function, the movies. If you'd like to come to Barbie, I'm going to book the gold class. It fits about 40 people. We'll pay for everything.
We or you? You or we?
We will pay for everything. And hopefully the good owners of Mattel who own Barbie will be watching this show, who will go, gee, we've given them so much coverage that we're going to pay for the gold class.
Either that or they'll sue us for
why don't you wait by the phone in your Barbie scarf
fair enough,
and see what happens.
Yes, fair enough.
Viewers, thank you for watching. Shout out to those of you that are regular watchers that do send us in little emails of suggestions, sometimes kind, sometimes harsh, but we love the fact that you watch. I'm Philip Kingston. See you next week.
I'm Gary Pearce. We'll see you next time. Bye.